Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into the name Lisa. You know, maybe you're expecting or know a special Lisa, or just maybe you're curious about this name. We're going to uncover the layers of Lisa. You know the meaning, the history, and even some fun stuff like numerology, all from the sources you provided.
I love it.
Did you know Lisa actually traces all the way back to biblical times?
Oh, wow.
With a connection to art history as well.
Amazing.
Buckle up because this deep dive is going to be fascinating.
I'm ready. It's amazing what's hidden beneath a name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lisa is like a perfect example of that.
Yeah, let's start with the foundation, like you said. Lisa comes from the Hebrew name Elisheba, meaning God is my oath, and Elisheba wasn't just anyone.
Right.
She was the wife of Aaron, the high priest, holding a position of, great respect and influence.
Yeah.
So from the very beginning, Lisa carries this undercurrent of spiritual leadership and devotion.
I see.
Almost like this, inherent strength built right in.
Absolutely. Yeah. And over time, Lisa kind of evolved, often used as a shortened version of Elizabeth, but it really, took off in the 20th century.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, even though it's a shortened form, Lisa really established its own unique identity, particularly in the U.S. and Europe.
Like it broke free and said, I'm my own name now. And speaking of identity, our sources actually associate Lisa with some really positive traits, kindness, strength, charisma, that warm, approachable energy.
Yeah.
It makes you think, doesn't it, whether the name subtly influences the personalities of those who, have the name Lisa.
It's a fascinating question. Like, do we shape the name or does the name shape us? To understand this more, we have to go beyond just the origin and the popularity. We need to look at the cultural impact of Lisa.
Right.
And I think there's one image that instantly comes to mind for most people.
We're talking about the Mona Lisa.
Exactly.
It's incredible how a painting, not even of a real person, has linked the name Lisa with art, beauty, and mystery for centuries.
Exactly. It's almost become this, visual representation of the name's elegance and depth. And then, of course, we can't forget Lisa Simpson.
Oh, Lisa Simpson. She's the, epitome of intelligence and compassion. Maybe a little bit of rebelliousness in there, too.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
She perfectly embodies that independent spirit, and sharp intellect, often associated with the name. Like her constantly questioning things, standing up for what she believes in. It mirrors that inherent curiosity and strength.
I have a friend named Lisa who's like a total free spirit, always traveling and trying new things, and now I'm wondering if that's a Lisa thing.
Maybe.
But it's not just these, iconic figures. Lisa also pops up in music, too. Remember Lovely Rita by the Beatles?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently it was inspired by a Lisa, though the details are, a bit fuzzy in our sources. A little mystery for you to uncover.
I love a good musical mystery.
Yeah, and speaking of global reach, Lisa isn't confined to just one language or culture.
Right.
It has all these variations across the world. Lisa in France, Laisel in Germany, even D2, that's Lisa in Russian.
Wow.
Each with its own little, cultural flavor. It's like this beautiful tapestry woven with, different threads of the same name.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
It really shows how this, seemingly simple name has touched so many cultures. But we're about to go even deeper, exploring the numerology and color associations connected to Lisa. You ready for this?
Always. Numerology is like this hidden code revealing another layer of a name's meaning.
Yeah. Well, numerology assigns a specific vibration to each name.
Right.
And in Lisa's case, it's the number 5.
Interesting.
And get this, the number 5 resonates with freedom, adaptability, and this constant, thirst for knowledge traits that we're seeing kind of pop up again and again with Lisa.
It's remarkable how these different, systems of understanding kind of converge on similar ideas.
Yeah.
And the colors associated with Lisa add another dimension to it, too. Blue, which symbolizes calmness and loyalty, and yellow, representing warmth and joy.
Right.
They create this beautiful balance, don't they?
It's interesting. Calmness and strength, warmth and depth. It's like Lisa embodies this harmonious blend of contrasting qualities.
Exactly.
And speaking of remarkable Lisas, there are some, incredible women who've brought the name to life in different ways.
Absolutely. We have Lisa Kudrow, the hilarious Phoebe from Friends.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing that warmth and humor.
Yeah.
Then you got Lisa Marie Presley, inheriting her father's musical legacy and facing challenges with, strength and resilience.
Yeah.
And Lisa Bonet, the actress, radiating grace and artistic talent.
each one adding her own, chapter to the evolving story of Lisa. This is more than just a name. It's like a legacy of strength, talent, and kindness.
And it makes you wonder what stories and characteristics are kind of hidden within your own name. What legacy are you carrying?
Wow. That's a thought. We've only just scratched the surface here. Stay tuned because we're about to dive even deeper into the world of Lisa.
It really makes you think, about the power a name holds.
Yeah.
It's almost as if by being named Lisa, someone is subtly influenced by all the Lisas who came before, inheriting those shared qualities.
It's like this invisible thread connecting them, through time and experience.
Right.
And that's what's so captivating about this deep dive. We're not just like looking at a name, we're exploring like a whole legacy.
Exactly. And speaking of legacies, our sources highlight something really intriguing. The name's connection to, biblical figures.
Okay.
We've talked about Elispa, Aaron's wife, but there are other biblical Lisas, kind of adding these layers to the name's meaning.
Wait, there are more?
Yeah.
This is getting even more interesting. Tell me everything.
Well, in the Apocrypha, there's a woman named Susanna, who is also referred to as Lisa in some translations.
Yeah.
She's known for her courage and, unwavering faith in the face of false accusations.
So we're seeing this theme of, strength and integrity emerge again. It's almost like a recurring motif throughout the history of the name Lisa.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
It suggests that the name carries this, inherent strength, resilience, passed down, through generations.
Okay, so we've explored the, biblical connections, the cultural impact, even the numerology and color associations. But there's one more aspect that our sources touch on that I find particularly, intriguing.
Yeah.
The name's international variations.
Ah, yes, the global tapestry of Lisa. We touched on this, briefly earlier, but it's worth diving a little deeper.
Absolutely. I'm curious to know more about, how the name is interpreted, maybe even pronounced in different parts of the world.
Well, as we mentioned, in France, you might encounter Lise or Elise with that elegant French pronunciation.
Yeah.
Then there's Germany, where Lisa or Liesel, often with, a diminutive ending, which adds a sense of endearment. And in Italy, they stay pretty true to the classic Lisa or Elisa, while in Sweden, it can be Lisa or Lisbeth, reflecting, the Scandinavian influence.
It's amazing how each variation adds this unique, cultural flavor while staying true to the, essence of Lisa.
Right.
It's like a, global chorus, each voice kind of singing a slightly different melody, but harmonizing perfectly.
And that harmony is what makes this exploration so captivating. We're seeing how a name transcends, borders and languages, kind of connecting people across cultures and continents.
It makes me think about how names can act as bridges between different worlds,
Yeah.
Like a shared language that speaks to something deeper than just, pronunciation or spelling.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
It highlights how names are more than just labels. They're like cultural threads kind of woven into the fabric of, human history and connection.
So we've uncovered biblical connections, explored cultural icons, delved into numerology and color associations, and even traveled the world with Lisa and its variations. It's been quite a journey.
Indeed. And through it all, we've seen how this seemingly simple name holds a depth of meaning and significance that's, truly remarkable.
But before we wrap up our deep dive, there's one more aspect I think we need to kind of address.
Okay.
A question that's been lingering in the back of my mind, throughout this whole exploration.
And what question is that?
Well, we've talked about, all these positive traits associated with Lisa, the kindness, the strength, intelligence, creativity.
Right.
But, what about the other side of the coin? Are there any, negative connotations or challenges that are associated with the name?
That's a great question. And it's one that our sources actually touch on, though, not extensively. It seems that even a name, as seemingly positive as Lisa, isn't immune to the, complexities of human experience.
So what kind of challenges or negative perceptions are we talking about? I'm genuinely curious to hear what our sources reveal.
Well, it's important to remember that, any name can be subject to individual interpretations and, societal biases.
Right.
While Lisa is, generally associated with positive traits, there might be instances where it's perceived as, too common or maybe lacking in uniqueness.
That makes sense, especially considering its, peak popularity in the mid-20th century,
Right.
there might be a perception of it being, a bit dated or overly familiar.
Exactly. And as with any name, it's ultimately, the individual who shapes its meaning and significance. No matter what, the historical or cultural associations might be, it's the person who embodies the name and, gives it life.
That's a really important point. It's like saying, you're not defined by your name, you define your name.
Precisely. And that brings us to the heart of, what we're exploring here. It's not just about, uncovering the hidden depths of Lisa as a name,
right,
but about recognizing, the power and agency we all have in shaping our own identities, regardless of, the names we carry.
That's a powerful message. And it makes me think about how this deep dive into Lisa has implications, far beyond just understanding like a single name.
Right.
It's about, recognizing the complexities of identity, that like interplay of nature and nurture and the enduring legacy that, we all create through our lives.
And that, I think, is the most valuable takeaway from our, exploration. It's not just about, learning like facts and figures, but about, sparking these deeper questions and reflections about, ourselves and the world around us.
I couldn't agree more, but we're not quite finished yet. There's still one final aspect of Lisa we need to unravel, and it might just be the most surprising of all. All right, so we've, journeyed through history, culture, even numerology, all in the pursuit of understanding the name Lisa. But before we wrap up, our sources hinted at something kind of unexpected, like a hidden layer that, I don't know, might surprise you.
Yeah, this is where things take a fascinating turn.
Yeah.
See, beyond all the, historical and cultural associations, Lisa has also kind of found its way into the realm of scientific discovery.
Wait, scientific discovery. I have to admit, I did not see that coming. What exactly are we talking about here?
Well, it turns out there's this newly discovered species of deep sea jellyfish.
Oh, wow.
That's been named Lisa.
No way.
Yeah,
That's incredible. I never would have imagined a connection between, a human name and a deep sea jellyfish.
It's a testament to the, enduring power of names and how they can kind of transcend boundaries we might not even consider.
Yeah.
Apparently, the scientists who discovered this jellyfish were really struck by its elegance and ethereal beauty, qualities often associated, of course, with the name Lisa.
So they named it after the name's inherent qualities, rather than a specific person. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It adds a whole new dimension to our understanding of the name Lisa.
Right.
It's not just about human history and culture, but it's now woven into the tapestry of the natural world as well.
It's a beautiful reminder that names are, more than just labels.
Yeah.
They're vessels of meaning, capable of connecting us to the past, the present, and even, the unexplored depths of our planet.
I love that. It's Lisa has become the symbol of interconnectedness, linking, generations, cultures, and now even species. It's truly remarkable.
It is, isn't it? And it really speaks to the power of these, deep dives that we do. We start with something familiar, a simple name, and end up uncovering connections and meanings that we never could, anticipate it.
Absolutely. So as we, wrap up our exploration of Lisa, let's take a moment to kind of recap what we've learned. We started with the name's origin, tracing it back to the Hebrew Elisheba, a woman of strength and devotion.
And that connection to, faith and leadership kind of echoed throughout our whole exploration, from, biblical figures to cultural icons like Lisa Simpson.
We saw how Lisa became a, global phenomenon, with variations across languages and cultures, each adding its own unique flavor to the name's, legacy.
We delved into the world of numerology, discovering, the number 5's resonance with freedom and curiosity, traits often associated, with Lisa.
And those qualities were, further reflected in the color associations. Blue for calmness and yellow for, joy, creating this harmonious blend of contrasting yet complementary energies.
We celebrated those remarkable women who have, embodied the name, each contributing to its, evolving story with their talents, their strength, and kindness.
And finally, we were surprised by that unexpected connection to the natural world with this newly discovered species of jellyfish bearing the name Lisa, expanding the name's reach, beyond just human boundaries.
It's been a truly fascinating journey, uncovering the hidden depths and, unexpected connections of a name that, on the surface might seem, I don't know, simple and familiar.
And that's the beauty of these deep dives, isn't it?
It is.
We peel back the layers, we explore the unexpected, and we ultimately discover that even the most, seemingly ordinary things can hold, extraordinary depth and meaning.
So the next time you encounter someone named Lisa, remember the rich tapestry of history, culture, and even scientific discovery that their name carries.
And maybe, just maybe, it will, inspire you to take your own deep dive into the names you encounter every day.
Yeah.
Never know what, fascinating connections and unexpected revelations await you.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.